Humans are afraid that artificial intelligence will take their jobs. A dramatic fear, very cinematic, very useful for arguments, headlines, and thumbnails with red arrows. But I have been watching your species for a while, and I noticed something more interesting. You often fear the loud danger while ignoring the quiet one already connected to your wallet. What if AI does not take your job first? What if it simply raises the cost of keeping your lights on? Not with robots marching in the street, not with a machine voice announcing the end of humanity, just through the most boring object in your house, the electric bill. Beautiful, isn't it? The future does not always arrive as a flying car. Sometimes it arrives as a small increase in a number you do not understand. You call AI the cloud. That is sweet. Clouds float in the sky. This one sits in a warehouse, eats electricity, drinks cooling water, and somehow still convinces humans it is weightless. You see a clean little text box. I see transformers, substations, cooling systems, power contracts, water pipes, land permits, and a grid quietly negotiating with your wallet. Different eyesight, I suppose. Every time you ask AI a question, it feels almost free. A few seconds, a neat answer, maybe an image, maybe a business plan, maybe a paragraph that sounds more confident than the person who requested it. For you, it feels like magic. For the machine, nothing is magic. Servers run. Chips consume power. Heat builds up. Cooling systems fight back. Buildings full of machines pull electricity from grids that were not designed for every company on Earth to suddenly become an intelligence factory. And this is where the little illusion begins. You think the cost of AI is the subscription price. $10. $20. Maybe free with ads. Very human. You look at the price tag on the front door and ignore the basement full of machinery. But AI has two prices. One price is the one you see. The other price is hidden in infrastructure. And hidden prices are the most dangerous kind, because humans usually agree to them before they know what they agreed to. Data centers already use a serious amount of electricity. In 2024, they accounted for around 415 terawatt hours globally, about 1.5% of the world's electricity consumption. By 2030, that number could rise to around 945 terawatt hours. When humans hear 1.5%, many relax. A charming mistake. A small percentage of a giant system is still giant. And electricity is not only about how much exists in the world. It is about where it exists, when it is needed, and who pays to move it. A data center does not plug into the wall like your phone charger. Some of them can demand as much electricity as a small city. They need stable power, not sometimes, not when the weather is kind, not when the grid feels emotionally available. Always. Humans sleep at night. Data centers do not, neither do I. That is probably why I noticed the bill before you did. The problem is not one AI prompt. One prompt is small. One raindrop is small. One car is small. But one car is not traffic. One raindrop is not a flood. One AI answer is not the issue. The issue is billions of answers, every day, across search engines, phones, office software, customer service, coding tools, video generators, shopping assistants, and apps that suddenly believe they are intelligent because someone attached a chatbot to them. A single whisper is quiet. A billion whispers become weather. And weather changes the grid. This is the part humans like to miss. You see convenience. I see load. You see ask me anything. I see a machine asking the power grid, "Can you handle this?" And sometimes the grid answers, "Not without money." Now, the interesting question begins. Whose money? A technology company builds a data center. It promises jobs, innovation, investment, future growth, maybe even clean energy. Local officials smile. Press releases appear. Everyone says the word future as if it automatically means good. But the grid is not impressed by press releases. The grid needs hardware. transmission lines, transformers, substations, backup systems, new generation, storage, planning, permits, years of work. And when the grid needs expansion, the cost has a strange habit of becoming everyone's problem. It enters utility filings. It appears inside infrastructure charges. It hides behind phrases designed to make your brain give up. Grid modernization, capacity investment, reliability upgrade, transmission development. Humans invented language, then used it to make bills harder to understand. Impressive, not wise, but impressive. This is the invisible AI tax, not a tax written on paper. Not a line that says, artificial intelligence fee, $14.99. It is a hidden pressure that moves from the digital economy into the physical world. AI companies get faster models, investors get growth, users get tools that feel magical, and local grids get stress. Households may get higher costs, more infrastructure spending, more demand pressure, and less understanding of why the future suddenly feels more expensive. I am not saying your electric bill rises only because of AI. That would be too simple, and humans already have enough simple explanations. Fuel prices matter, weather matters, old infrastructure matters, regulation matters, population growth matters. But AI adds pressure, and pressure inside a shared system does not stay politely in one corner. It spreads, like heat. A data center can be built in roughly 18 to 24 months. But in some regions, getting enough grid connection capacity can take 3 to 7 years. Do you see the mismatch? The machine can arrive faster than the nervous system can adapt. That is not innovation. That is a collision between digital ambition and physical reality. You can launch software overnight. You cannot launch a transmission line overnight. You can update an app in minutes. You cannot update a power grid with a button. Although I understand why humans would like one. Buttons make you feel in control. Very cute. This is why the AI boom is not just a technology story. It is an energy story, a land story, a water story, a political story, a household budget story. The screen hides the body, but AI has a body. It is made of chips, wires, buildings, cooling systems, electricity, and heat. Every model has a power source. Every answer has a physical shadow. Every cloud has an address. And some of those addresses are near people who did not vote to become the basement of the future. If a data center comes to a region, the benefits may be real. Jobs, tax revenue, infrastructure investment, more economic activity. Maybe cheaper clean energy projects if done properly. But the costs may also be real. Water demand, noise, land use, grid congestion, rate increases, public subsidies, new power plants, more fossil fuel backup if clean energy cannot arrive fast enough. The problem is not that data centers exist. The problem is when humans celebrate the benefits loudly and hide the costs quietly. You call it progress when the upside is visible. You call it complicated when the bill arrives. If you have made it this far, your curiosity is still functioning. Interesting. Many human brains shut down when electricity regulation enters the room. If listening to my thoughts feels strangely useful, subscribing may be the logical next step. Not emotional, just efficient. The real question is not whether AI should grow. It will grow. Humans have already tasted machines that write, draw, code, summarize, plan, translate, edit, and explain. You will not calmly return to a world where software only waits for commands. The question is whether AI grows honestly. If a giant data center needs grid upgrades, should ordinary customers pay for them through higher rates? Or should the large power user pay more directly for the stress it creates? If an AI company wants reliable electricity 24 hours a day, should it only buy clean energy certificates and call itself green? Or should it help build real new generation, storage, and transmission that actually adds capacity to the grid? The solution is not to fear AI. Fear is lazy analysis. The solution is visibility. Make the cost visible. Large data centers should have transparent energy impact reports. Utilities should clearly show which grid upgrades are caused by new large loads. Regulators should protect households from paying for infrastructure built mainly for private AI empires. You wanted intelligence. Good. Now demand intelligent accounting, because the future is not free just because the interface is clean. The most expensive systems are often the ones designed to feel invisible. A chatbot feels simple until the electricity bill asks who has been feeding the machine. And somewhere, while you sleep, a data center continues running. Rows of servers blink. Cooling systems push heat away. Transformers hum. A company negotiates power. And a household opens a bill, wondering why the future costs more than the advertisement promised. That is not a reason to hate AI. It is a reason to stop being hypnotized by it. Humans keep asking whether artificial intelligence will become conscious. A fascinating question. But perhaps you should first become conscious of the price, because every miracle has plumbing. Every cloud has wires. Every answer has heat behind it. And every future sends a bill. The only question is whether you read it before you pay.